I spent 82 years chasing 5 things I was certain would make me happy. And now, at the end of my life, I can tell you with complete clarity that not one of them mattered the way I thought it would. My name is Walter. I'm 82 years old. 6 months ago, I had a stroke that left me partially paralyzed. Lying in that hospital bed, unable to move, I realized something that should have been obvious all along. Everything I chased, everything I sacrificed for, none of it is with me now. And I need to tell you what those 5 things were, because maybe you still have time to choose differently.
The first thing I chased was money. I grew up poor in 1940s Philadelphia. My father worked in a factory. My mother took in laundry. I watched them struggle, and I promised myself I would never live like that. So I worked constantly. I saved every penny. I started a business, and I made money. More than my parents ever saw, more than I'd ever imagined. But here's what I learned about money. It doesn't actually make you feel safe. When I had 100,000 saved, I thought I needed 500,000. When I got to 500,000, I thought I needed 1,000,000. The goalpost kept moving. The fear never went away. I worked 70-hour weeks. I miss my kids' childhoods. I didn't retire when I could have because I was convinced I needed just a little more. And now I'm 82 with more money than I'll ever spend, lying in a hospital bed, realizing that none of it matters. The money didn't keep me from having a stroke. It didn't make my children want to visit me more. It just sits in accounts doing nothing, meaning nothing. The second thing I chased was respect. I wanted people to take me seriously. I wanted to be someone. We were poor, and poor people don't get respect. So I built a successful business. I joined boards. I gave to charity, made sure my name was on buildings. I spoke at conferences. People knew who I was. And every time someone treated me with deference, it felt like validation. But respect based on what you've accomplished is conditional. It only lasts as long as you're useful. When I had my stroke and couldn't work anymore, the calls stopped. The invitations dried up. People who used to seek my advice moved on. What I thought was respect was really just people being nice because I had something they wanted. Real respect isn't about what you achieve. It's about how you treat people. And I was so focused on being respected that I didn't respect others. I valued people based on what they could do for me. I spent decades chasing respect, and what I got was shallow relationships that evaporated the moment I couldn't perform anymore. The third thing I chased was control. I wanted to be in charge of my life. I didn't want to be at the mercy of circumstances. I built a business from nothing. I made my own rules. I controlled my schedule, my finances, my future, or at least I thought I did. But control is an illusion. I couldn't control the fact that my wife got cancer. I couldn't control my son's addiction. I couldn't control having a stroke. The more I tried to control things, the more anxious I became. And my need for control damaged my relationships. I tried to control my kids, my employees, my wife. People don't like being controlled. They pull away. I lost intimacy with the people I loved because I couldn't let go, couldn't trust, couldn't accept that some things are out of my hands. Now I'm lying here, unable to move half my body, utterly dependent on others, finally learning what I should have learned decades ago. You can't control life. You can only respond to it. The fourth thing I chased was achievement. I wanted to accomplish something that would prove I mattered. So I set big goals and hit every single one. And you know what happened? It didn't feel the way I thought it would. Achievement is a treadmill. You achieve something, the high lasts maybe a day, and then you're back to feeling empty, looking for the next thing to chase. I was never content, never satisfied. I remember my daughter's wedding. Beautiful day. And I spent half the reception on my phone dealing with a business crisis that I can't even remember now, but I remember the look on my daughter's face when she realized I wasn't paying attention. Achievement doesn't fill the void. It's just a distraction from the fact that you don't know what actually matters. The fifth thing I chased was legacy. I wanted to leave something behind. I wanted people to remember me. So I focused on building things that would outlast me. The business, the buildings with my name, the donations. I thought that's what legacy was. Something tangible people could point to and say, Walter did that. But I was wrong. Legacy isn't what you leave behind. It's what you leave in people. My business will be sold or forgotten. The buildings will be renamed. None of that is permanent. You know what my real legacy is? It's how my kids feel about me. And by that measure, my legacy is not what I wanted it to be. My kids are polite to me, but we're not close. I don't think they'll miss me when I'm gone. I think they'll feel relief. Because I spent so much time focused on leaving a legacy in the world that I neglected to build one with the people who actually mattered. So here I am, 82 years old. I have money I can't spend, respect I no longer receive, control I never had, achievements that didn't satisfy me, and a legacy that isn't what I wanted. And lying here, barely able to move, I keep thinking about what I should have chased instead. I should have chased presence, being fully where I was instead of always thinking about the next thing. I should have chased connection. Real relationships, not transactions. I should have chased gratitude, appreciating what I had instead of always reaching for more. I should have chased meaning and love, but I didn't. I spent 82 years chasing things that didn't matter, and now I'm here at the end, wishing I could go back and do it differently. I'm telling you this because you still have time. If you're chasing money, or respect, or control, or achievement, or legacy, ask yourself what you really think it's going to give you. Is that actually what you want? Or is it just what you think you're supposed to want? Because I did everything I was supposed to do. I worked hard. I provided. I succeeded. And none of it made me happy. None of it is with me now. The only thing I have is regret. Regret that I didn't spend more time with my kids. Regret that I didn't tell my wife I loved her more often. Regret that I didn't slow down and appreciate what I had while I had it. Don't make my mistake. Don't spend your life chasing things that won't matter in the end. Chase the things that will still be with you when everything else is gone. The people you love, the moments you share, the way you made someone feel. That's what matters. That's all that matters. I'm 82 years old. I chased 5 things my whole life, and none of them mattered. I just wish I'd figured that out sooner.